Well, here's how my day ended. Keep watching if you want to see how it started. Howdy there, friends. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to fill an intro for this or not today. I'm literally sneaking in a quick little afternoon fishing session here. I got just a couple, 2-3 hours. There we go. Oh, that was a bite. I literally have just launched the boat. I'm throwing out what was already rigged up on my line, which is a bobber rig with a little red balanced leech with a chironomid above it. See if I can get a few fish in the boat before I've got somewhere to be later this evening. Water temp is perfect. It's about 55 degrees on the surface. Lily pads are coming up. If you guys have watched my channel much, you've seen me at this lake before. It's one of my favorite local lakes because it's easy for me to get to if I don't have a lot of time. I just got to run down the freeway from where I live and I can be here in about 45 minutes, and it's a great catch and release selective gear fishery that holds some big fish. So checking out my Garmin, I might be fishing just a little bit deep. So I like these, I don't know if this will show up, maybe, nah. I like these Rio indicator leaders. They have an orange butt section, and you typically want to set your bobber right where that orange butt section stops. But you know, you can go a little below it or a little above it. It's not going to hurt anything, but you don't want to get too far away from that with your bobber. So I'm going to shallow up just a little bit. See if that makes a difference at all. Had a little bump, so I went ahead and moved the fly. It feels like just a little guy. Flies out. Well, this guy has got somebody else's line down in his guts. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that extra line off and send him on his way and hope for the best. I feel like if I try to remove this hook, I'm just going to hurt him, so I'm just going to snip it down close and let him go. I couldn't see for sure, but I don't know, that's pretty heavy line, and whatever that thing ate was pretty deep in its throat, so I would have guessed that somebody's probably bait fishing on a lake that they shouldn't be. Now I can't be absolutely certain that that fish was caught with bait, but the way that it swallowed that hook, it was caught with bait. It's unfortunate that people can't read and understand the regulations. Best chance that fish has for survival is to just cut that line off short, hope the hook rusts out, and hope for the best. If I go digging around in there trying to pull it out, I'm going to kill that fish. So good luck, little buddy. Thanks for eating again. So that little guy took this little balanced leech. It's a micro pine squirrel zonker and some spawn semi-seal and a tungsten head turner bead. Super simple, fast tie, easily becoming one of my favorite patterns. Let's get it back out there. It's amazing that these trout will continue to eat even with a hook in their face. I've caught them with big old plastic bass worms in their mouth before. I've caught them with spinners in their face. They just keep on eating. Anytime you're fishing with a bobber, always look for 2 plops. If you don't see 2 distinct plops, strip your gear in and check your line because you're probably tangled up. There we go. Another little guy. Pretty little leopard rainbow. Lots of spots. Let's find your bigger brother. So we got real light wind today. Not a lot of chop on the water to animate that the leech and the chironomid that I got under the bobber. So the last two fish I've caught while moving the fly. I'm gonna cast it out, let everything sink. Should sink pretty fast because I'm not fishing very deep and that leech has got a tungsten bead on it. And then just start giving it a little hand twitch back. If I get a bump, sometimes I'll stop it, or sometimes I'll speed it up and that'll trigger a, like that. That'll trigger a fish to commit. Still on there? Yep. Feels like maybe a slightly better fish, but still not big. It's a circus fish. These fish aren't even big enough to pop my indicator. Just another little fella. He's spunky though. See you later, bud. Saw my first riser right out there. Another one back there. Interesting. And right there. Okay. So a lot of times if I see one fish rise, I'll do like I did and I'll start looking around the lake and see if you can see more fish coming up. And if it becomes a pattern, then we'll switch up techniques and start fishing some topwater. Well, that's a big bummer. Just casting and broke my rod. So I guess my day's over.